What happened to Miss Angel Reese? She's all in Indiana during All-Star, and her Reebok campaign come to your trap.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me let me get real serious.
The basketball world is watching what could be remembered as one of the most laughable endorsement disasters in recent memory. Under Shaquille O'Neal's leadership, Reebok actually believed Angel Reese could carry their basketball comeback. Spoiler alert, it's been nothing short of a catastrophe. The kind you'd study at Harvard Business School under the chapter, What Not to Do. While Caitlin Clark is smashing attendance records and viewership numbers, and Sophie Cunningham is winning fans by simply being unapologetically herself, Angel Reese is dominating headlines for all the wrong reasons. Insiders are already whispering this might end up as the sneaker industry's biggest misstep since New Coke. Let's call it what it is, not just a bad bet, but a full-blown endorsement crisis. If you think this was doomed from the start, drop a comment, fire the baby giraffe. Let's go.
Crash out incoming. 3, 2, 1. Burn! Hey, nice pass right there. Jackass! Burn! We're bumbling, we're stumbling, and we're fumbling! Burn! Y'all see what they've been doing over there at Cracker Barrel, man? It's a travesty! But it looks like they added one new item. It's French toast. Butter pecan! Burn! Angel Reese! Angel Reese!
Every time Angel Reese steps on the hardwood, statisticians don't lean in to record greatness. They brace themselves to witness inefficiency in motion. In just her second year, Reese has managed something almost impressive in how awful it is, converting a brutal 31.5% of her layups while taking the third most in the WNBA. Layups, the easiest shot in basketball. We're talking about a 6 feet 3 inches pro missing bunnies at a clip that would get a middle school player benched. At this point, it feels less like sport and more like performance art. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is pulling up from the logo, breaking records, and turning arenas into sold-out spectacles. The contrast couldn't be sharper.
The Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot, stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That was a show. She put on a flat-out show versus Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Boy, did they ruin Angel Reese's homecoming.
The bloopers practically write themselves. Against the New York Liberty, Reese put together a sequence destined for eternal ridicule. 4 straight missed putbacks in just 12 seconds. 2 of them smacked right back into her face like she was scrimmaging against a concrete wall. The clip went viral instantly. Not the kind of viral that moves sneakers, but the kind that lands in YouTube montages with circus music. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is drawing comparisons to Steph Curry and LeBron James, while Reese is headlining compilations called When Basketball Isn't Your Calling. One sells out arenas, the other sells memes.
The Chicago Bravado once again got their ass kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance. Check out some highlights for yourself. Well, KC, you always do this. You select a couple of bad plays and try to convince us that Angel Reese isn't a superstar.
Now, her defenders love to point at her 44.4% field goal percentage, as if that's some kind of saving grace. It's not, because most of her shots come at point-blank range, where actual professionals finish at 70, sometimes 80%. Reese has somehow turned layups into a slot machine. You pull the lever, you hope the ball drops, and more often than not, it doesn't. Coaches call the paint the money area. Reese has turned it into a casino where the house always wins. No wonder Reebok's big bet is already starting to look like a gamble gone wrong.
Was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
There's also with the miss, Angel Reese picks it up, which she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, "Give me that." How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Are you serious?
And even the commentators, the very people paid to make free throws sound like buzzer beaters, are cracking. In a recent game, after yet another jaw-dropping Reese miss at the rim, the announcer didn't bite his tongue. He chuckled, and not the polite, she'll bounce back chuckle. This was the stunned, did that really just happen, laugh. When professional broadcasters can't even keep a straight face describing your game, that's not a red flag. That's a neon billboard parked right outside Reebok headquarters flashing. We messed up.
With her dominant performances in June, she earned her All-Star selection. But these aren't just a couple of bad plays. These aren't bloopers. These aren't rare moments. This is the norm. The same thing happened last week when the Chicago Bravado got their ass kicked by the Minnesota Lakers. I don't have to convince you that Angel Reese has no impact on winning. Just look at her record, look at her resume in the WNBA.
Naturally, social media is having a field day. Whole accounts are now dedicated to cataloging Angel Reese's misses, slow motion replays, clown horns, circus soundtracks, the works. It's become its own subgenre of basketball comedy. And for Reebok, this is a nightmare. They signed up for highlight reels to sell sneakers. Instead, they're getting blooper reels that sell memes. That doesn't move product. It moves Reebok executives closer to polishing their resumes.
Inside, and Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
We go through All-Star break. We come back, 9 turnovers. We sit out with a back injury. We come back, can't make a fundamentally sound layup. Maybe they rushed you back from injury. Tyler Marsh, did you rush her back from injury? Tyler Marsh, I'm looking at...
Now, if Reese were at least anchoring a winning team, some of this could be brushed aside. But the Chicago Sky are a full-blown train wreck, stumbling to a miserable 7-21 record. 8 straight losses, playoff hopes evaporated. And when Reese missed 5 games with a back injury, the Sky didn't magically improve. They just sank slower. That's the paradox. They are bad with her, and somehow worse without her. It's like patching holes in a lifeboat with more holes. You're sinking regardless. It's only a matter of how fast.
I'm no expert in math, but it looks like Angel Reese wins 1 out of every 3 games. If I remember correctly, Angel Reese has beaten a team with a winning record once this season. So you tell me how Angel Reese impacts.
Head coach Tyler Marsh has tried to spin it, but there's no PR magic strong enough to cover reality. When your entire offense leans on a player who can't finish at the rim, you're not building a contender, you're building a blooper reel. And no marketing team on earth can twist that into a sneaker empire. Remember, Reebok didn't just sign Angel Reese. They crowned her the centerpiece of their basketball revival. Shaq himself stamped the deal. The plan was simple: build hype, launch a signature shoe, tap into Gen Z. But here's the problem. This isn't TikTok, it's pro basketball. And fans won't buy sneakers tied to someone going viral for missed layups.
She had a good game, 22 points, 13 rebounds, but she shot terribly. She got bailed out so many times, throwing up brick layups, getting phantom foul calls from the refs. She did make 10 of 11 free throws, so that is good. 6 of 16 from the floor is not good at all. 0 of 1 from 3. She was a minus 11. Listen, man, Kiki area thing.
What makes it even worse is how Reebok leadership sold the dream. CEO Todd Krinsky actually stood on a podium and compared Angel Reese to legends like Allen Iverson and Shaq, calling her a culture changer. Let's be real, that's not just laughable, it's insulting. Iverson didn't just change culture, he owned the court while redefining basketball swagger. Shaq was unstoppable, a walking highlight reel. Angel Reese, she's rewriting the manual on what not to do in professional sports. If that's culture changing, it's only because she's dragging the culture into meme territory. And now the whispers are growing louder, turning into something Reebok can't ignore: regret. Did they even evaluate the player? Or were they so desperate for relevance that they grabbed the loudest personality in the room? What they've ended up with isn't a revival. It's a multi-year, multi-million-dollar mistake. And there's no refund policy for that. And here's the kicker. Angel Reese's injury couldn't have come at a better time, for everyone except Reebok. Nobody cheers for injuries, but her absence was like a Mosey rule for fans and commentators exhausted by her weekly blooper reels. Just when the internet was reaching peak burnout from endless missed layup compilations, she vanished. For once, Angel Reese finally pulled off a disappearing act that made sense. But for Reebok, it was a nightmare. How do you sell sneakers tied to someone whose most recognizable highlight is a miss? To make matters worse, that injury spared her from a head-to-head against Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever. The league tried to bill it as a rivalry, but we all know the truth. It would have been Caitlin Clark turning competition into a public execution. Instead, Reese ducked the spotlight, leaving fans with a brutal contrast. On one side, Clark rewriting the WNBA record books. On the other, Reese struggling to master basketball's most basic skill. Fans see the difference. And in the end, Reese's absence didn't blur the lines, it made them sharper. Caitlin Clark is the franchise. Angel Reese is the punchline.
Great ideas. Wants to bring in talent to grow Reebok and have people wear it again because no one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just completely missing.
Let's pause for a second and slip on the business hat, because this isn't just a basketball stumble. It's a full-blown lesson in brand mismatch. Reebok didn't simply sign an athlete. They wagered their comeback on someone whose highlight reel lately looks more like comedy outtakes. Endorsements thrive on one rule: aspiration. You grab Jordans because you dream of soaring. You grab LeBrons because you crave dominance. No one laces up sneakers hoping to brick layups. And yet, here we stand. Angel Reese's fuel isn't greatness. It's prayer that maybe this layup finally drops. Reebok tried dodging the lack of production by selling her fiery personality and unapologetic aura. Fine, those things move makeup or maybe score a reality gig. But performance sneakers, the shoes kids wear believing they'll play sharper. You can't slap a slogan on a box that says guaranteed to miss like Reese. That's not marketing genius. That's a lawsuit waiting. And if Reese had teammates to mask those flaws, maybe this gamble wouldn't look so disastrous. But the Chicago Sky aren't just struggling. They are built in a way that amplifies every single weakness she has. No spacing, no rhythm, and a star whose best offensive move is chasing down her own misses. What you're left with is the Sky, a team that somehow shoots less, misses more, and still fills highlight reels, but only for all the wrong reasons. Then there's Coach Tyler Marsh. Picture landing your very first head coaching job, only to hear, here's your franchise cornerstone. She can't finish at the rim, makes poor reads, and trends online for bloopers. That's not coaching. That's crisis management with a clipboard. And ironically, when Reese sat out hurt, the team actually looked functional. Still losing, sure, but at least the offense resembled something professional. Without her bricking each possession, the Sky stopped looking like a circus act. That says everything.
Tyler Marsh has this point forward thing on lock. Tyler Marsh has this Angel Reese point forward thing on lock. There we go, pushing the pace. Oh, yeah, Angel. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. All right, here we go. We got an entry pass. It looks like it's going to be to Elizabeth Williams, and good.
Meanwhile, Reese's game footage has turned into social media's favorite running gag. Every missed putback, every clanked bunny gets remixed with circus tunes, zoom ins, and slow motion cuts. Whole TikTok accounts thrive on her lowlight. Millions of views roll in, not from admiration, but from people unable to look away. She isn't delivering basketball content. She's feeding meme culture. And somehow, Reebok believed this was the face of their comeback campaign. Here's the catch. When your only selling point is being a punchline, time runs out quick. Social media devours its clowns. Today you trend, tomorrow you vanish. Once the internet finds fresh prey, Reese's blooper fame dissolves. And what's left? A sneaker tied to an athlete who never matched the hype. That's not influence. That's sinking sand. Which brings us to Reebok's bold rollout, the Angel Reese signature shoe. Except it feels less like a triumph and more like a boardroom meltdown with balloons. The teasers shine. The campaign yells, but no commercial alive can edit those layups into makes. That's like Ferrari unveiling a car driven by someone who can't shift gears. The mismatch is so blatant it plays like satire.
That when Caitlin Clark and her were supposed to face off against each other the other week, the ticket sales went down from $100 to like $5 because Caitlin Clark got injured. She had a quad injury, so she wasn't playing. So guess what? No one wanted to go watch. And if you don't know Caitlin Clark, she's pretty much the GOAT of the WNBA and is the reason why people are watching. No one watches you, Angel Reese. No one watches you. The only thing that I enjoy watching is all the clips on TikTok of you just countlessly...
Industry chatter is already humming. Some say Reebok may pivot, reshaping her sneaker as a lifestyle shoe instead of performance gear. Translation, this was never really meant for the court. Others claim the launch might get delayed, praying she somehow sharpens her game. But here's the truth. This isn't a cold stretch. It's a blueprint, and you can't build a dynasty on cracked cement. Confidence is gone. Credibility is gone. And Reebok is about to learn the hard way what happens when you build on sand. The nuclear option, kill the project, quietly bury the campaign. Pray no one looks back, but the internet always remembers. Every viral blunder, every clip of Reese getting stuffed by smaller players, every meme, it's all etched online forever. Years from now, anyone searching Angel Reese signature shoe won't see glossy ads. They'll see blooper reels and headlines asking one question. What were they thinking? Industry chatter is already humming. Some say Reebok may pivot, reshaping her sneaker as a lifestyle shoe instead of performance gear. Translation, this was never really meant for the court. Others claim the launch might get delayed, praying she somehow sharpens her game. But here's the truth. This isn't a cold stretch. It's a blueprint, and you can't build a dynasty on cracked cement. Confidence is gone. Credibility is gone. And Reebok is about to learn the hard way what happens when you build on sand. The nuclear option, kill the project, quietly bury the campaign. Pray no one looks back, but the internet always remembers. Every viral blunder, every clip of Reese getting stuffed by smaller players, every meme, it's all etched online forever. Years from now, anyone searching Angel Reese signature shoe won't see glossy ads. They'll see blooper reels and headlines asking one question. What were they thinking? This whole deal is quickly becoming a giant red flag for every brand executive in sports marketing. A picture-perfect lesson in mistaking social media noise for real marketable talent. Yes, she trends, but so do wrecks on the freeway. That doesn't mean you dedicate the road to them. In the end, Reebok's bet on Angel Reese is unraveling like tragic comedy. Fans aren't amused. Investors aren't amused. And that poor Reebok in turn drowning in hate comments is definitely not amused. The takeaway is crystal clear. If you're going to hitch your brand to a star, at least make sure she can hit a layup. Otherwise, you're not selling basketball dreams. You're selling punchlines. And no shoe, no matter how polished, can escape a reputation built on bricks. If you agree this is a losing bet for Reebok, then comment fire the baby giraffe. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a beat. Tap the video on screen and we'll see you in the next.